Hello there. Today, I'm going to break down a recent match I shot in where I was using my JP5. This is my roller delay 9mm. The roller delay that's in the JP5 is the same design that's in the MP5, so it's a very proven platform. It's an absolutely fantastic gun. In this match, there were 215 shooters, and I was fast enough and accurate enough and lucky enough to take first overall, first in PCC and first overall. I'm going to break down the match, show you where I could have improved, and where I did pretty well. Let's get into it. Shooter, make ready. Are you ready? Stand by. Okay, so first thing, let's talk about this rifle a little bit so you get an idea what this is. The JP5, like I said, it's a roller delay system. It uses the MP5 technology, so there's locking pieces in here, and you can really tune this for the feel that you want based on the ammo that you're using. It's a very customizable system, and I really like that about it. First thing that you'll notice, the Cerakote here was done by Coated Arms in Tempe, Arizona. They do fantastic work. I wanted something patriotic, but I wanted something a little bit more custom, so they did this tear through approach, which I think was really, really cool. The way I have my rifle set up, I have the Holosun 510C as my primary optic, and then I have an offset here that's it's a Holosun. I think this is the 507C. This is the reason this is set up this way. It's a couple different things. First of all, it's a backup just in case your primary optic goes down. It's easy enough to cant the rifle and go. It also helps a whole lot when you're doing extreme leans around obstacles and things. And that lean to the left is someplace where it can really cause you some issues trying to be off balance. And it's amazing the difference it makes just to tilt the rifle as you lean. It makes a huge difference on those, and they tend to throw some left side leans in at these competitions. So that's why it's set up like that. I have the MKM grip here. It's got palm swells in it, fits my hand really well. And then I've 3D printed my magwells here so that I can take them on and off real easy for stages when I don't need it there or when I'm doing other things. And that, like I have a drum that won't fit with a magwell on there, so I like this to be removable. And it's really cheap and easy to 3D print these things. If I break one, no big deal. I've got two backups sitting there. So okay, I'm going to give a shameless plug here for a local company. I want to tell you about the trigger I have in this JP5. The gun is clear. This trigger, there's that pull. Look at the reset. I mean, it is outstanding. This is the Ballistic Engineering. They're right here in Tempe, Arizona. They do an incredible job of designing and building triggers. I've been able to go tour their factory, and they just do incredible work. This trigger, I think this trigger is $180 or something like that. This one is 2.5 pounds to 5 pounds. This is their match trigger. You drop them in. There's two set screws that kind of, once you put your pins and everything, there's two set screws that'll tighten it up so you don't have to worry about your pins walking out on you or anything. They stay in super tight. And then there's an Allen key where you can adjust the weight to your liking. This is another one of their triggers. I've collected a few of these because, like I said, they're right here local, and I've become a big fan. This is like their lower end offering. I think this one's like $130 if I'm not mistaken. And this one is a 3.5 pound drop in. No, not adjustable, but zero creep. Same kind of crisp pull you just saw there. This is their Pro trigger, and this one I had inside my JP5 before I put the match one in there. I think I prefer the match just because of this flat face, and it gives me a little extra. I've got these big hands, so that little extra length on the trigger pull I really like. But this thing can adjust down to 1.5 pounds. Same kind of adjustments and things, just really ridiculous. And then inside my competition AR, I have this GOAT trigger, the greatest of all triggers. They built this in partnership with AJ Anthony, who is an incredible shooter. I've had the honor of having my butt kicked by him a couple times in matches here locally. It's a two-stage trigger. It's adjustable. That second stage is down to 1.25 pounds if you want it to be. That first stage is 4 ounces, so you wouldn't even know it's there. It is a ridiculous trigger. Anyway, big fan, local company. Shameless plug for them because I was impressed with their operation and what they did and how they do business, and just value for the money. I don't think you can beat them in there. So that's the setup on the rifle. I'm going to break down each stage. I have a couple that I even filmed the walkthrough of the stage prior to picking up the gun. So should give you a really good look at how one of these matches flows and what you do to break down a stage and make your stage plan so that you can be the most effective when that timer goes off. Here we go. This one's just a weird pattern, so
trying to keep it all the same. So these two boxes are the same, so it's all squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go to this one. Go ahead. No, I got you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'm coming forward here, hitting circle, circle, square, square. And then it's square, circle, circle, square. And then it's circle, circle, square, square.
Are you ready? Stand by. You are finished. Unload. Show clear. Clear. Hammer down.
Did you guys see that reload?
Yeah, that was amazing. 1631 range is clear. I think it did break.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I have no idea why they decided black writing on a gray background was a good idea, but here are the results from stage 1. You can see here, I came in at 5th. I ran a 16:31. Lee Weinstein here, who is a phenomenal shooter, he ran a 13:65. He's almost 3 seconds faster than I was, which is, when you're shooting steel competitions that are that's an eternity. I mean, just look at that percentage. So remember his name, because that's going to become, as we go through these stages here, I want you to watch what happens as you're in a competition like this. This is a short competition. There's only 4 stages. So when something goes wrong, there's not a whole lot of opportunity to make that up. Now, I want to start the story about my buddy Tim Strom. He it might be the fastest trigger finger I've ever seen. The guy is incredibly quick. He shot a 16:32, so I only had him beat by 1/100th of a second. But the problem was he had a 5-second penalty. He missed a shot, missed a piece of steel, didn't hit it or something. Ended up with a 5-second penalty, and that dropped him down to number 56 in the rankings. This is on stage 1, so that's going to be really tough to make up for the night. But as you're going to see in stage 2 here, Tim is never out of the game. So let's go on to stage 2.
Are you ready? Stand by. So clear, clear. Number 4. Range clear. 1805. 1805.
Okay, stage 2 results. There's Tim. Shot a 1588. Second place was a 1713, right? And I was able to come in 4th with an 1805. So I stayed in the hunt. I stayed right there, top 5. I'm doing okay. Just keeping myself in the game. You can see Lee Weinstein's down here. He came in at number 8 for this stage. He's shooting carry optics. I think Lee shoots a Glock primarily. So this guy's shooting a Glock versus our PCCs. There's no doubt there's an advantage there. I want you to look at where he is in the standings when in his category of carry optics. The next carry optic guy doesn't come up till down here at number 27. So he is roughly 3 seconds faster than his nearest competitor in his category. So just an outstanding group of people to shoot against. So anyway, we'll look at let's go into stage 3. We'll look at the results there.
I'm gonna walk this one real quick. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Step to there. 2, step to there. Clear the star. Forward to the circles. Forward there. All right. Let's go make this happen.
you ready? Stand by. You're finished. Unload, show clear. Clear. Flag. Come on, man. There you go. Range is clear.
Thank you.
1705. 1-7.
Okay, here we are with stage 3, and there's Lee again. This is his second win of the night. This was my worst stage of the night in the standings there. I shot a 1705. That put me in 5th place. Um, but again, look at it. He beat me by more than 2 seconds. Just, he's a phenomenal shooter. Now, Tim ran right behind me at a 1714. Solid, clean. He's climbing back, but that stage 1 penalty, is still kind of weighing on him. Ryan Wubker, he's the second one there. He's sitting at 7th, 3rd, and 2nd across the 3 stages. He hasn't won a stage, but he's right there, staying in the hunt. He's one of those guys you can never count out. Matt Trask, he's there at 5th. He was 5th first, 5th on the second one, and 3rd right here. Again, hasn't won a stage, but he's right there in the running. But the guy's staying clean right here, still in the hunt. Everything comes down to the last stage, and the math is about to get great for me and brutal for some other people. So here we go. Let's look at this last stage.
Shooter, are you ready? Stand by. All right, hammer down. Hold. You know, hold. Flag. Range is clear. 1603.
All right, stage 4. I finally put it together. Footwork, trigger work. This stage, as you saw, was a little bit tricky. You had to knock down a popper that then made it revealed another popper behind a cardboard target that you couldn't hit. But there was a long delay in hitting that first one. So I was able to hit the popper, take out the 2 steel plates with 2 shots each, and then still had to wait for that popper to reveal itself. I didn't have any hesitations, and for me, something I'm working on is making sure that when I fired and not waiting to confirm the hit and allow my brain to do that work. I'm just moving. When I've shot and I'm confident in the shot, I just move on. Another thing that I tend to do is I tend to rock my weight when I take off, and it's just a half-second delay I don't need. So I'm really leaning into where I'm headed, and I'm working on just making sure that first step is powerful right to where I need to go, and I don't have a lot of feet shuffle happening when I'm about to take a step. Those are some things I'm working on that came together on this stage. Tim Strom, he took second, had a solid 1740. I had him by about a second and a half here, and that's going to end up making all the difference. He bookended the match with a stage win and a second place. He's legitimately one of the fastest shooters out there, but that stage 1 penalty cost him. He ends up finishing 6th overall. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Without that podium, he takes my slot. He takes first place. Here's the real story. Lee Weinstein, remember that guy? He's won stage 1. He won stage 3 on times that I couldn't touch. But here on stage 4, a penalty nailed him. He ends up down here in the 23-second range. Where's he at? There you go. I thought I saw it. Here we go. Yeah, there he is. Lee Weinstein. He ends up 58th because of that 5-second penalty. Without that 5-second penalty, he would have been in 1883, which, let's look at it. That would have put him right through here in the standings, right here. He'd have been right up here at number 13 or 14 if his time had been clean. But that penalty really hurt him and cost him the night. Let's look at the overall results here. Okay. Overall results are easier to read. They've got the white writing back on that gray backdrop there, so a little bit better. So I was able to come out on top for the night. But again, I want to point out these things here. So at 71 seconds, Lee, who's one of the fastest shooters in the field, if he hadn't had that 5 second penalty, he's got me. Same thing with Tim Strom at 71-74. If he doesn't have that 5 second penalty, it costs him. But here's the point: shoot clean. And I'm not saying don't be fast, but if you can get on target, make sure you're making clean shots, it's really, really valuable to stay in the hunt. And then when everything comes together on that stage for you, that one stage might be the thing that brings it home. So you don't have to stress about winning every stage. You don't have to look at it and just stay clean. Just stay in the hunt, just stay in the top few. And if it's a winning strategy because you can let people kind of beat themselves. Now, is it going to work every single time? No. And do I want to be the fastest guy on every stage? Yeah, someday. Right now, consistency is my game. And more that I can say consistent and work on my shots, work on my feet, my footwork, work on making sure that I'm not hanging around and waiting to confirm hits, that I'm moving, that I'm leaning into the direction I'm going. Those little fundamentals are huge for me. I had one thing that I didn't allow it to slow me down, and I meant to talk about it when it happened in the stage. At one point in this match, I come into a box, and my general rule is when I'm coming into a box, I want to be shooting the thing furthest to the direction I'm headed. So if I'm moving into a box that's on my right, I tend to engage the target furthest on the right because I can hit that the fastest as I come into the box. Well, as I stepped into the box, and that was my plan. I had worked out my stage plan to start right to left and shoot that direction. But when I stepped into the box, my gun was already aimed at the furthest left target. I have made the mistake in the past of aiming at that target subconsciously, right? And then realizing, oh, that wasn't my plan, and then not shooting, moving over to the other target and start. Well, that cost me a second, right? So when that happened to me, this was on stage two. When that happened to me, and I come into that box and I'm already aiming at the targets in front of me, I just went. I didn't slow down. I didn't let it stop me. I shot where my gun was and just changed the pattern, and it went just fine. And it didn't cost me hardly any time. Maybe a split second fast. I was split second slower because my other approach would have been a little quicker, but I've already lost that time. I'm not going to punish myself by going back to the target and cost me the time. Had I done that, that extra second would have made the difference, and it would have cost me the night. You can see, if I had lost a second anywhere, I'm second place. So, okay, so just for a second, look at the top three. None of us won more than one stage. Whoopker, he never won a stage. Trask never won a stage. The guys who won multiple stages and had fast times, fifth and sixth, those penalties killed both of them. So Tim Strom won stage two, took second on stage one, two of the best individual stage performances of the night, and he finished sixth because of one penalty on stage one. Okay, so the moral of this story: Tim Strom's faster than me. Lee Weinstein, faster than me. But penalties cost both of them the night. Consistency is key, especially when you're at the level I'm at, where you're moving up in the field. I've got to focus on making sure I'm accurate, making sure I'm following those fundamentals. And if I can do that, I will stay in the hunt week after week. One penalty cost Weinstein the match. One penalty cost Tim the match. So shoot your match, stay clean, let the other guys beat themselves. Tim, if you're watching, you're still way faster than me, bro. um, and you proved it on the next match. Tim won the very next match we shot together by 4 seconds over second place. He was top overall. The dude crushed it. The guy is lightning fast. So, one last thing: get out there, get out on the range, and guys, find a mentor. Find one of those guys who's quick, who's a cool guy. Tim helped me so much when I was starting out. There's so many guys that have been just key in helping me along. There was a guy in one of the standings, Steve. coached me for several sessions to help me get better on that PCC. And their mentorship, their guidance made a huge difference in the way that I was able to really accelerate my learning and to become more competitive faster. So get out there, make friends, jump in, don't hesitate. Find somebody who you can learn from, ask questions, and you'll be amazed how this community will rally around you and help make you a better shooter. Get out there, and we'll see you out on the range.